Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. It is Saturday, March 1st, 2025. Yeah, I did watch the meeting between Ukrainian President Zelensky, our President Donald Trump, and J.D. Vance. I was shocked by the behavior there in the Oval Office. I have never witnessed such behavior between world leaders ever before. And there's not going to be peace. I think Europe's probably going to start the war. Trump asked Zelensky twice at least if he had the intention of starting World War III. Multiple social media users have claimed that the Ukrainian leader Vladimir Zelensky was overheard swearing in Russian during the overheated exchange with U.S. President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance in the Oval Office. Zelensky came to Washington to sign a deal giving the U.S. access to all the rare earth minerals, but that currently that's in lands that they don't control. Russia controls the land. They've taken it from Ukraine. Their government said they were going to sign the agreement to give the United States access to these minerals, rare earth minerals, that currently mostly what we get is from China. But for some reason, Zelensky decided not to sign the agreement. I think it included the peace deal, where Zelensky said there's been peace deals in the past, which there has been, and Russia has repeatedly violated. When he was being questioned by Vice President Vance, evidently, although it was not clearly audible, several Russian and Western social media accounts have suggested that Zelensky used the words that were roughly translated as bitch, whore, or bitch, fucking, hell. So is World War III going to start just because he won't sign an agreement to give us access to their natural resources? Well, that happened with the Japanese when we cut off their oil supplies. There in the Oval Office, that was not the place to air their grievances and talk so disrespectfully to each other. I want to make it clear, I'm not on the side of Russia. I'm not on the side of Ukraine. Ukraine has a long history of a very corrupt government. They're kind of like grass in the wind, reeds in the wind, blowing whichever way they decided whatever government would benefit them the most. That meeting on Friday probably will go down in the history books as one of the most shocking meetings between world leaders ever. Trump keeps saying that Vladimir Putin wants a peace deal, but he doesn't. He really doesn't. Just before this last invasion by Russia 3 years ago, Zelensky was on social media telling his people not to worry, that Russia was not going to invade, that they were just doing maneuvers, practicing. He did nothing to prepare his government, his military, for war from 2014 and until now. Tucker Carlson put on X, formerly known as Twitter, a post saying that one of the most striking things about yesterday's Zelensky press conference was Lindsey Graham's reaction to it. The two are old friends, but Graham disavowed him within the hour. This was more than just a transitional disloyalty. It was scapegoating. Lindsey Graham knows what's coming. Over the past 3 years, with the tactic support of its Western patrons, the Ukrainian government has committed a remarkable number of serious crimes. The Ukrainians sold huge quantities of American weapons on the international black market at 20 cents the dollar. These weapons are now in the hands of armed groups around the world, including Hamas, the Mexican drug cartel, and the forces now controlling Syria. He goes on to say God knows what the Ukrainians have done with the pathogens in American biolabs in their country. Even U.S. intelligence agencies aren't sure. The Ukrainians have also murdered a number of people in various countries in political assassinations. The United States have done that too, and tried to murder others, he says, including American journalists and European heads of state. This is all true, and it's all going to come out at some point. Better start blaming it on Zelensky now. There's been videos and images online of Ukrainian soldiers ripping off the United States flag when we stopped sending them aid, I guess. Also, there was a report that the State Department terminated the U.S. support of Ukraine energy grid restoration. President Donald Trump also said Friday that he wanted an immediate ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine and warned the Ukrainian president to make peace or lose American support. I guess it was some secretary that opened the door and he was asked to leave. In my opinion, it's all because Zelensky did not sign the minerals deal. Our country is in deep hurt right now. We are financially, $35 trillion in debt. And I think of the gold card that Trump is going to put up for sale in about 2 weeks, where people can buy a different version of a green card for $5 million each. He's hoping that those that purchase the gold cards, or as they call it, the Trump gold cards, it will help pay off or completely pay off our deficit. I'm not quite sure how these gold cards would work. They're hoping it would be rich individuals who would start businesses here and bring in other foreigners to work in our country. Well, what about the small towns where these gold card holders would move into and bring in businesses? Do you want it to be an area that has the same mentality as, say, Saudi Arabia? Europe wants war with Russia. I firmly believe that. After Zelensky left Washington, he met with the British Prime Minister. He got a warm embrace from Keir Starmer, I believe his name is. He told him that he had the nation's unwavering support. We all know that they want to make Ukraine part of NATO, and that would be the worst thing to happen because Russia would definitely not put up with that. I think the majority of this, now this is just my opinion, but when Ukraine applied to be a part of NATO, that's when a lot of this started. They are probably one of the last countries that surround Russia would be, to be allowed to become part of NATO. Zelensky had been scheduled to meet with Starmer on Sunday before the summit with other European leaders to discuss Ukraine and shoring up defenses across the continent. But the timetable for their bilateral meeting was apparently sped up in the aftermath of the Washington visit. Yeah, it was shocking. It was shameful. It was shameful. World leaders acting like that. Supposedly, Zelensky will meet with King Charles III on Sunday before the summit that is to be held at Lancaster House. It is a 200-year-old mansion near Buckingham Palace. So if you hear that Trump's saying that we have good relations with Europe, we do not. Yeah, France is sending weapons. Germany has sworn alliance with Ukraine. It's just a big mess. So more than likely, if missiles do fly, it's going to start there in Europe, and then we're going to be sucked into it also. I hope everyone is prepared. During the meeting with Trump, Zelensky said that he does have influence and that the U.S. should be aware of that in so many words. And boy, that set Trump off. I think Zelensky was talking about his support that he has there in Europe. Anyways, I think it's all about the money. I think it's about the rare earth elements that the U.S. wants to take control of. Like I said, the majority of what we get does come from China. But what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless y'all. Bye.